I saw your smile in yesterday's sky, a fading light I still can't deny. We almost made it, almost tried, but timing's cruel and love passed us by. You held my hand like you meant forever, but forever was never ours to tether. I spoke in silence, you kissed in fear. Now all that's left is what's not here. We were almost, not quite. A fire dimmed before the night. All the dreams we built on air disappeared like they were never there. You were close but never mine, a love lost in between the lines. I replay scenes we never lived, the laughs, the tears we couldn't give. What we were was almost true, but almost doesn't carry you. I thought one day we'd find our way, but some goodbyes were meant to stay. No more pages left to write. We were a star that died mid-flight. We were almost not complete, dancing shadows in the heat. All the songs I sang for you now play alone in shades of blue. You were near but never stayed, a love the dawn could not persuade. I let go where the ocean roars. No more waiting at closed doors. In the echo I found peace, in what we were and couldn't be. I stood where we used to stand, in the place you held my hand. The world moved on, but I remain drenched in dreams, ashes in the rain. I still wear your name like a scar, a fading light from a falling star. Ashes in the rain, love washed away, echoes of a fire that couldn't stay. You were my forever in a fleeting frame. Now I'm nothing but ashes in the rain. Your voice still haunts these empty rooms, soft as dusk, sharp as truth. I whispered hope, you gave me pain. Now I dance with ashes in the rain. I still wear your name like a scar, a fading light from a falling star. Ashes in the rain, love washed away, echoes of a fire that couldn't stay. You were my forever in a fleeting frame. Now I'm nothing but ashes in the rain. Your voice still haunts these empty rooms, soft as dusk, sharp as truth. I whispered hope, you gave me pain. Now I dance with ashes in the rain. I tried to bloom where you let go, but some flowers never grow. Ashes in the rain, love washed away, echoes of a fire that couldn't stay. You were my forever in a fleeting noticed the shadows falling into night. I begged you with my silence, hoping you would see, but your back was turned on before you left me. I found your sweater folded, the one I used to wear. Still smells like your cologne, still lingers in the air. I thought love was forever, I believed every word, but truth has a whisper I wish I never heard. Before I let me go, I cry your name once more. Pretend you might return like you did before. I fold onto the pieces, even if they sting, 'cause healing doesn't come without remembering. I stare into the mirror, but she don't look like me. She's tired of pretending and try to believe. I write you all my questions in letters never sent, hoping one day my heart won't feel so bent. Before I let me go, I dreamed the way we danced, like the world would never steal our last chance. But stories don't always end with a spark. Sometimes they just fade into the dark. Maybe I was loving someone who was gone. Maybe I was strong for far too long. But I still wish you told me why you slipped away. It's the silence that makes it hard to stay. Before I let me go, I whisper one goodbye to the girl who thought she'd never cry. I'll learn to breathe without your name, but I won't forget who I became. Before I let me go, I'll remember me. Before I let me go, I'll remember me. You used to say forever, like forever had no end. But promises fade faster when hearts forget to mend. I whispered through the silence, you listened to the storm. You left me in the stillness where love was once warm. Now I'm living with the echoes of a last unspoken cry. Your name still fills the shadows, but I've stopped asking why. I'm learning how to breathe without you by my side. Just me and the echoes of goodbye. The photo in my pocket still holds your frozen smile. I walk through all our memories, but only for a while. The ache has grown familiar, like a song I used to know. But every note grows softer each time I let you go. Now I'm living with the echoes of a past I can't rewind. You're fading with the seasons, but not inside my mind. I'm standing in the quiet where I used to cry. Just me and the echoes of goodbye. I don't hate you anymore, but I don't miss you like before. You were a lesson I survived. sky. You were once my anchor, now I'm learning how to fly. The pain became my wings, the tears have run dry. Just me and the echoes of goodbye. And I'm free with the echoes of goodbye. I found your sweater in a box I sealed last fall. The scent of you still lingers like you never left at all. I read the words you wrote in ink that's fading fast, but every line still cuts like glass. The coffee's cold, the sun forgot to shine today. I play our song and let the melody replay. The silence screams where laughter used to start. You're gone, but not from my heart. You're the echo in my heart, still calling. Even when I'm standing tall, I'm falling. I try to move, but your shadow stays haunting me in quiet ways. I smile, I breathe, I try to restart, but you're the echo in my heart. I met someone who makes me feel the spring, but I still flinch when church bells ring. It's not his fault, it's just the way your ghost won't ever fade away. You're the echo in my heart, still calling. Even when I'm standing tall, I'm falling. I try to move, but your shadow stays haunting me in quiet ways. I laugh, I change, I play my part, but you're the echo in my heart. Time doesn't heal, it just teaches you to hide. I walk with strength, but you're still by my side. Not in the present, not in the past. You're the ink I thought wouldn't last. You're the echo in my heart, still singing. Every note, every pain you're bringing. I may forget the way you kiss, but not the days I still miss. You're gone and I've torn us apart, but you're the echo in my heart. You're the echo, still the echo of my heart. Walked in like a melody. I sang along too carelessly, 'cause you were never really there. Just shadows dressed in golden air. I gave you all I didn't know. You were just a fading echo. Fell for a ghost in the shape of love. Held on to dreams we never spoke of. Kissed the wind like it was real. Now I'm lost in what I feel. I fell for a ghost, and now I see it wasn't love, just haunting me. Your silence played like lullabies, comfort wrapped in pretty lies. slipped away like morning mist at break of day. I danced with hope in empty rooms, wrote your name in phantom blooms. I fell for a ghost in the shape of love, held all the dreams we never spoke of, kissed the wind like it was real. Now I'm lost in what I feel. I fell for a ghost, and now I see it wasn't love just haunting me. You're just a whisper I let go, a love I loved but didn't know. I fell for a ghost in the shape of love, held all the dreams we never spoke of, kissed the wind like it was real. Now I'm lost in what I feel. I fell for a ghost, and now I see it wasn't love just haunting me. It wasn't love just haunting me. It's just a whisper I let go, a love I loved but didn't know. Walked alone in midnight rain, calling out your name in vain. The echo fades but still remains, a quiet ache I can't explain. But then I feel your breath so near, a whisper only I can hear. Hold me through the silence when the world forgets my name. Wrap me in your kindness, take away this heavy pain. Even when you're far from me, your love is all I need. So hold me through the silence. The stars above don't shine the same since the night you slipped away. But in my dreams you softly stay, guiding me through each new day. I reach for light in shadows deep, your memory's the one I keep. Through every fall you pull me high, you're my reason why. Hold me through the silence when the world forgets my name, Wrap me in your kindness, take away this heavy pain. Even when you're far from me, your love is all I need. So hold me through the silence. Hold me through the silence. Hold me through the silence when the world forgets my name. Wrap me in your kindness, take away this heavy pain. Even when you're far from me, your love is all I need. So hold me through the silence. So hold me through the silence. I used to glow in every room, but now I'm fading into gloom. Your words still echo in my head, like songs from stories left unread. You held the mirror to my face and took away my saving grace. I forgot how to shine, lost the stars that once were mine. You loved me just to dim my light, then left me in the quiet night. Now I'm learning line by line to heal, to stand, to realign. But oh, I forgot how to shine. You made me doubt my every dream, like chasing hope was too extreme. But now I see it wasn't me. You feared the fire I could be. You clip my wings so I'd stay low, but still my soul refused to go. I forgot how to shine, washed away by love decline. I begged to fit inside your frame, but I was never meant for tame. So I'm reaching past the line to the parts of me still mine, even if I forgot how to shine. The sunrise in my scars, I'll find my way one light at a time. I forgot how to shine, but I won't stay in decline. This time the fire comes from me, unchained, unscarred, finally free. I'm more than what was left behind. I'm more than just your storyline, even if I forgot how to shine. I'm shining, this time it's all mine. Your shadow used to follow me through every crack in memory. I whispered prayers in broken tones, but you were gone, I was alone. I begged the stars to bring you back, but silence filled the faded tracks. I learned to breathe without you, through the nights that cut in two. You were the storm, I was the flame, burning through our love in vain. But here I stand, the sky so blue. I learned to breathe without you. Your name still lingers in the breeze, like echoes lost in falling leaves. But I no longer chase your face, I filled the void with softer grace. The tears I cried have built my wings, and I no longer fear the sting. I learned to breathe without you, through the ache I never knew. You held my heart, then let it break, but I survived that slow heartbreak. Now every breath feels pure and true. I learned to breathe without you. Fade without your love, but I rose like stars above. Now I shine without your name. No more sorrow, no more blame. I learned to breathe without you, though it hurt to start anew. I'm stronger now, and this is real, a woman who has learned to heal. So if you ask me what is true, I learned to breathe without you. I'm still breathing without you. I'm still breathing without you. You stood there with your suitcase, no need for one last word. I knew this was the end, your goodbye still felt unheard. I smiled through my breaking, told you I'll be okay, but inside I was begging for reasons you couldn't stay. You never said forever, but I dreamed it every night. I'm holding on to echoes of a love that lost the fight. You never said forever, but I dreamed it every night. Now I'm holding on to echoes of a love that lost the fight. I loved you through goodbye, even as you walked away. Held your ghost inside my chest like you'd come back someday. You left me with the silence, but I still found a way to try. 'Cause I love you through the sorrow, I loved you through goodbye. Your scent still haunts my sweater, your voice still fills the air. I reach across the pillow, pretend that you were there. You never made me promises, still I gave you all of mine. Now the past is all I carry, in a heart that can't rewind. I loved you through goodbye, while you forgot my name. You moved on to summer skies, I slept beneath the rain. I built my world around you, even when you let it die. Still I loved you through the silence, I loved you through goodbye. Maybe loving means the losing, maybe pain is part of grace, but I'd still choose every moment if it meant I saw your face. I loved you through goodbye, with no promise, no reply. And though you never turned around, I never asked you why. Some hearts break in silence, but still sing when they cry. And mine will keep on singing, I loved you through goodbye. Even now, I love you through goodbye. I still leave the light on, just in case you come home. The way you used to smile feels like a dream I've known. Your shadow lives in corners, your laugh haunts the air. I try to move on, but you're still everywhere. The songs we danced to play, soft on repeat, but every chord just knocks me off my feet. I wear your old sweater when the nights feel too loud, still hoping you're walking, lost in the crowd. If I could hold you now, just once more tonight, I'd freeze this moment in a hush of moonlight. Say all the words I choked back in fear, tell you I love you with nothing unclear. If I could hold you now, I'd never let you go. The photos are fading, but I can't take them down. They're all I have when silence comes around. Friends say I should heal, but they don't understand. You weren't just love, you were my whole plan. If I could hold you now, before it's too late, undo the echoes, rewrite our fate. Kiss you like every breath was goodbye, but this time I'd fight. I wouldn't just cry if I could hold you now. I'd never let you go. Maybe in another life we find a way, where timing is kind and hearts choose to stay. But here in the stillness, I whisper your name, loving you quietly through sorrow and flame. If I could hold you now, I'd speak with no shame. I'd shatter the silence, burn through the blade. Even if you'd still choose to walk away, I'd give you my all for just one more day. If I could hold you now, I'd never let you go. I'd never let you go. I stood by your door in the pouring rain, hoping love could still explain. The silence felt like thunder's cry. No goodbye, no reasons why. Ooh. I traced our past on window panes, each drop a ghost that still remains. If I could turn that rain to sun, undo the hurt that things I've done, hold you close before you fade, rewrite the vows we never made. If I could turn back rain to time, catch your heart before it's mine. The tears can't change the stain. If I could turn back rain, you let us sleep in my drawer, still I read them wanting more. Your name is inked upon my skin, but I can't feel you from within. Ooh. I walk through dreams we used to share, but find no trace of you there. If I could turn back rain to sun, undo the hurt, the things I've done, hold you close before you fade, rewrite the vows we never made. If I could turn back rain to time, catch your heart before it's mine. The tears can't change the stain. If I could turn back rain, ooh, I'd fight the storms, I'd break the skies to meet you where the sorrow lies. If I could turn back rain to light, you're the ones make them right. You never walk alone again. We dance beneath the sky unchained, but dreams don't bloom in pain. If I could turn back rain, if I could turn back rain to sun, back rain. If I could turn back rain to sun, undo the hurt, the things I've done, hold you close before you fade, rewrite the vows we never made. If I could turn back rain to time, catch your heart before it's mine. But tears can't change the stain. If I could turn back rain, if I could just turn back rain. You packed your dreams inside a case and left behind your empty space. The mirror still reflects your smile, but I've been gone a little while. I told myself to just move on, but every night proves I was wrong. You're still the place my heart returns, through every lesson, every burn. No matter who I'm leaning on, it's you where I still belong. I'll fake the laugh, I'll play the part, but you still echo in my heart. Even when the world feels strong, it's you where I still belong. I fold your shirt, then fold again, pretending that I feel the same. I date, I talk, I smile on cue, but nothing ever feels like you. And when the night steals all my light, I find you in the silent fight. You're still the place my heart returns, through every lesson, every burn. No matter who I'm leaning on, it's you where I still belong. every step I take. And though I know you've long moved on, my love for you keeps holding on. You're still the place my heart returns, through every lesson, every burn. No matter who I'm leaning on, it's you where I still belong. I fake the laugh, I play the part, but you still echo in my heart. Even when the world feels strong, it's you where I still belong. I don't need maps to find my way. You live in every step I take. And though I know you've long moved on, my love for you keeps holding on. I wear the past like perfume worn. I breathe you in when I feel torn. Even when the pain is gone, it's you where I still belong. Oh, if you ever miss my name, I've never really walked away. So if you ever miss my name, I've never really walked away. I waited in the silence of a stormy sky, hoping you would come, like the tears I hide. Every echo of your name still haunts the air, but I reach for love, even when you're not there. You were the light in my darkest night, the voice I followed, holding tight. Even when the world turns cold and gray, our love like rainfall never fades away. All the memories drip from the sky like tears, but I hold them close through the passing years. Even if forever's not our fate, I'll keep loving you, come what may. You were the light in my darkest night, the voice I followed, holding tight. Even when the world turns cold and gray, our love like rainfall never fades away. Oh, it's not goodbye, it's just a pause in time. The love still lingers like a tender rhyme. And when I close my eyes to pray, I feel you near like yesterday. You were the light in my darkest night, the voice I follow, holding tight. Even when the world turns cold and gray, our love like rainfall never fades away. Oh, and if love returns with the morning light, I'll be here, arms open wide. 'Cause loving you through joy or pain is like rainfall, soft and never in vain. It's not goodbye, it's just a pause in time. Your love still lingers like a tender rhyme. And when I close my eyes to pray, I feel you near like yesterday. said forever, so I believed. Built castles out of words we weaved. Now I sit where shadows fall, making cranes that won't fly at all. Every fold a silent prayer, wishing you were still right there. Paper cranes and promises, scattered dreams and tear-stained wrist. I held on too long to yesterday, while your love slowly slipped away. All these fragile little things, wings of hope and wedding rings. You left a storm I can't dismiss, just paper cranes and promises. I traced your name 1,000 times, in every line 1,000 lies. Still I whisper in the dark, as if you hear a broken heart. I keep folding just to cope, threading pain into hope. Paper cranes and promises, memories sealed with trembling fists. The echoes of the words we swore now haunt this quiet room once more. Love was light, now it's mist, gone like dreams that don't exist. You left me with emptiness, and paper cranes and promises. They say let go, but how do I, when every fold still makes me cry? Paper cranes and promises, you stay love on fingertips. If you come back through that door, would we be what we were before? Or would we break like this? Just paper cranes and promises. Just paper cranes and all your promises. Everything's and all your eyes, we're feeling in love with this. Still I whisper in the dark, as if you'd hear a broken heart. Or would we wake like this? Just paper cranes and promises. Just paper cranes and all your promises. Jacket down the street, pretending I still felt your heat. The echo of your last goodbye still haunts the corners of my sky. I smiled today, a little fake, but that's a win I had to take. My friends all ask if I'm okay. I nod and let them look away. I'm still me, without you. A little lost, a little bruised, but the stars don't stop their shine. Just 'cause the moon forgets to rise. You were a storm, I was the sea. Now I'm calm, finally free. I'm still me, without you. Their songs still play on late night drives, but I don't cry like I did 5 nights. There's silence now where chaos grew, and peace where I once waited for you. I'm still me, without you. A little softer, still pulling through. I learned to breathe with empty hands, to write my name on broken plans. You were a flame, I was the rain, and now I dance without the pain. without you, stronger than I ever knew. I don't need a love that fades to feel the sun on better days. You were a dream, I was awake. Now I live for my own sake. I'm still me without you. I'm still here, still me without you. I'm still here, still me without you. I stood in silence at the door. You left without a final war. No shattered glass, no last goodbye, just empty echoes in the sky. I memorized the way you breathed, but never saw the day you'd leave. Now I'm rehearsing words too late to someone who won't hesitate. And I wrote a million lines, but none could travel back in time. This is the goodbye I never said, a tear that never left my bed. The voice I silenced just for peace, the pain I wrapped in sweet release. You're gone and I'm still here instead, with the goodbye I never said. I lit a candle every year for love that never reappeared, but ashes don't return as flame, and ghosts don't answer when you're named. So I let your shadow fade from every plan I ever made. This is the goodbye I never said, the dreams I buried in my head, the touch I missed but won't regret, the heart you broke I won't forget. I breathe, I stand, I rise instead, with the goodbye I never said. With the goodbye I never said. Maybe love's not meant to stay if it teaches us to walk away. I'm stronger now, I feel the shift. Even silence can be a gift. So here's the goodbye I never said. I never said. I whisper it with grace instead. Grace instead. You were a storm I couldn't keep, but now I sing myself to sleep. And with each dawn I move ahead, with the goodbye I never said. My heart in pieces, you took them like they were whole. Every smile you gave felt easy, but now the silence takes its toll. I replay the words you never said like echoes in an empty hall. You reached for me in shadows, but never caught me when I fall. It's not the way you left me, it's the way you let me fall. Like love was just a whisper that never meant it all. You held me with your absence, you kissed me with the warmth. It's not that you were leaving, but the way colors you never learned to see. You danced around the truth, but never danced with me. You lit a spark inside my chest and watched it burn alone. I searched for you in mornings that turned my heart to stone. It's not the way you ended, it's how you watched me break. You loved me like a story that wasn't yours to take. You vanished in the quiet before I risked it all. It wasn't just the silence, but the way you let me fall. You could have said it hurt you, you could have tried to stay, but some hearts just get colder when they're too afraid to stay. It's not the way you left me, it's the way you let me go. Without a single warning, without a chance to know. I gave you every heartbeat, you never heard them call. Now all that I remember is the way you let me fall. The way you let me fall.
In the quiet of the night, your voice still calls. Through the silence, I feel it all. Every memory we made still lingers on. Though you're gone, you're never gone. I'll hold your love until the morning comes. Through every shadow, every rising sun. Even when I stand alone, you're the light that leads me home. I'll hold your love until the morning comes. The stars above know what we share, a love so deep, so unprepared. Even in dreams you find your way to whisper words I need to say. I'll hold your love until the morning comes. The stars above know all we share, a love so deep, so unprepared. Even in dreams you find your way to whisper words I need to say. I'll hold your love until the morning comes. Through every shadow, every rising sun. Even when I stand alone, you're the light that leads me home. I'll hold your love until the morning comes. And if forever means goodbye, I'll still see you when I close my eyes. I'll hold your love until the morning comes. Through every sorrow, through all that's undone. Even when the night is long, your love will always keep me strong. I'll hold your love until the morning comes.
I still remember your coffee laugh how your eyes lit up when you talked of the past. We danced in silence, hearts on fire. Now I'm just smoke in your fading light. I tried to be strong when you let go, but tears know what the heart won't show. When I was yours, love had a name. It echoed like thunder, wild and untamed. Now I'm a whisper in your world, a ghost of the girl from when I was yours. You held my dreams in your careless hands. Now they slip through time like scattered sand. I begged the stars for one more chance, but heaven's deaf to a love that's past. If memories could hold me tight, I'd sleep inside our last goodbye. When I was yours, love had a name. It echoed like thunder, wild and untamed. Now I'm a whisper in your world, a ghost of a girl from when I was yours. Your memories could hold me tight, I'd sleep inside our last goodbye. When I was yours, love had a name. It echoed like thunder, wild and untamed. Now I'm a whisper in your world, a ghost of a girl from when I was yours. I love you more than words confessed, but only in silence, only in rest. I held my breath beneath the thunder, wishing you'd come back inside. But silence filled the space between us, and all I had were tears to hide. You said love was never easy, but you never said goodbye. Now I'm talking to the shadows and asking them why. When the rain held me, I knew what you forgot, the way my heart was breaking in every lonely thought. I cried into the silence you left inside of me, and found some kind of healing in the storm's gentle plea. I tried to write a final letter, but the words just wouldn't stay. Your ghost still lives in corners of the things I meant to say. You moved on like morning light, but I stayed in the night. Now the rain's my only witness to all I had to fight. When the rain held me, it listened without blame. It didn't try to fix me, just stayed and said my name. I whispered through the silence where you would never see that I'm stronger than I ever thought I'd be. The sky may cry with me tonight, but I no longer need your light. I found my truth in broken skies and learned to love my own goodbye. When the rain held me, it taught me how to fall and rise again, no shattered, with nothing left at all. I walked out from the silence, tears washed out to sea, and now I stand in thunder, finally free. When the rain held me, it let me be me. You'll be me. You left a a silence I couldn't fill. In every echo I hear you still. The coffee's cold, the lights are dim. Your ghost lives on in everything. I talk to shadows in the dark, still hoping you will leave a mark. And then the rain knew my name, falling gently like your pain. Every drop became your touch, soft and fleeting, never too much. You were gone but somehow stayed when the rain knew my name. Your sweater's folded on the chair, I breathe you in, you're everywhere. I wear your memory like perfume, it lingers long after you left the room. I still keep your favorite song, pretend I'm fine but I sing it wrong. And then the rain knew my name, falling stories on my window pane. Each tear that fell was not the same, some for sorrow, some for blame, but they all whisper your name when the rain knew my name. Baby, love was meant to fade, but not the dreams we softly made. I still walk where you once stood, and the sky somehow understood. And now the rain knows my name, it holds me close and hides my shame. Though you're gone, I'm not alone. The storm became my second home, and I found peace in the pain when the rain knew my name. And it still knows, it still rains, and it still calls me by your name. It still knows, it still rains, and it still calls me by your name. Gently like your pain, every drop became your touch, soft and fleeting, never too much. You were gone but somehow stayed when the rain knew my name. It still knows, it still rains, it still calls me by your name. I spoke 1,000 words to you, but none were ever heard. You filled the room with empty noise, and silence stole my world. I waited for a single sign, but quiet took your place in time. When the silence spoke for me, it said all I couldn't scream. Through the quiet I was seen, not broken, just finally free. No more echoes, no more pleas. The silence spoke for me. I traced your voice in photographs, but they were out of frame. I wore your name like second skin, but it never felt the same. I learned that peace can sound like pain, but healing whispers through the rain. When the silence spoke for me, it sang louder than the lies. I found truth in empty space, no more need to justify. Not your version, not your dreams. The silence spoke for me. Let the quiet be my song, where I belong. I stand strong, every pause a sacred note, a voice I never knew I wrote. When the silence spoke for me, it became my sweetest stillness I return, not broken, just finally free. No more echoes, no more pleas. The silence spoke for me, and I finally listened to me. I finally listened to me. And the silence spoke for me. It became the sweetest sound. In the stillness I return. No more need to justify. No more echoes, no more pleas. The silence spoke for me, and I finally listened to me. You showed up like a sunrise, lit my world in golden flame, said forever in a whisper, and then vanished just the same. I kept the words you never said in the quiet of my chest, but your silence told the story you never did confess. You loved me like a promise that never meant to stay. You held me like tomorrow would take it all away. Now I'm standing in the ruins of the things we didn't say. You remembered how to leave, but you forgot to stay. I still wear your last goodbye like a ribbon in my mind. Tried to chase your fading footprints, but they were never mine. You said the stars would guide us home, but you walked the other way. Now the night just echoes softly what you chose not to say. You love me like a fire that burned too bright to last. You kissed me like redemption, then vanished with the past. Now I'm lost among the ashes of the love we threw away. You remembered how to leave, but you forgot to stay. I was just a chapter, and you needed the end. But I gave you all the pages that I never learned to mend. You loved me like a heartbeat you never meant to keep. You haunted all my dreams, but never heard me weep. And I whispered to the ocean till it takes my pain away. You remembered how to leave, but you forgot to stay. You forgot to stay, but I remember everything. I still remember how you said goodbye, like you were leaving but you didn't cry. I watched the door, I held my breath, your silence louder than your steps, and I replay every single line like echoes caught in frozen time. This is where I leave you, in my heart, in a place where all the healing starts. No more waiting, no more tears, only memories and quiet quiet years. You'll never know how far you went, but this is where the story ends. The dreams we built are turning gray, and I've run out of words to say. You faded like a distant song. They used to feel like home so long, but I forgive the way you broke the promises we never spoke. This is where I leave you in my heart, in a place where all the healing starts. No more waiting, no more tears, only memories and quiet years. You'll never know how far you went, but this is where the story ends. And I'll still smile when I recall where I leave you once and for all. This is where I leave you in my heart, in a place where all the healing starts. No more waiting, no more tears, only memories and quiet years. You'll never know how far you went, but this is where the story ends. But this is where the story ends. And I'll still smile when I recall where I leave you once and for all. You smiled like it meant something real, but I could tell by how you feel. You said we're fine, like it's a script, but your love's already slipped. I waited in the quiet nights for words that never came, and every touch just felt polite, no passion in your name. You said everything was fine, but you weren't. I say trying to fix what you wouldn't. I believe the lines you drew, but I was loving more than you. You said everything was fine, but you weren't. I held on while your heart let go, pretending not to know. You made me feel like I was wrong for holding on too long. You whispered with a hollow sound, like echoes in a hall. You kissed me but were breaking down. You built an unseen wall. You said everything was fine, but you weren't. I say trying to fix what you wouldn't. I believe the lines you drew, but I was loving more than you. You said everything was fine, but you weren't. And now I know pretending love is lonelier than letting go. The silent screams so loud at night, your heart left long ago. You said everything was fine, but you lied, and I kept dancing in your quiet goodbye. Now I'm done being blind, I deserve someone who tries. You said everything was fine, but I cried. And I won't fix the cracks you made, I'll find peace in my own way. Goodbye to all your quiet lies. This time I'll be fine. You left without a warning, like the wind that fades at night. I whispered all my prayers to the stars that lost their light. I still wear your memory like a dress, stitched with hope and tenderness. But I still believe in love, even when the sky won't clear. I still believe in us, though your voice is just a tear. Time may take your shadow, but it can't steal my dreams of a heart that still believes. The photographs are fading, but I see your eyes in mine. And every song that finds me feels like fate's secret sign. Time may take your shadow, but it can't steal my dreams of a heart that still believes. The photographs are fading, but I see your eyes in mine. And every song that finds me feels like fate's secret sign. I still feel you in the rain, dancing gently through the pain. Yes, I still believe in love, even when the world turns cold. I still believe in us, though your hand I'll never hold. Time may move without you, but my soul won't ever leave. A heart that still believes. The photographs are fading, even when the world turns cold. I still believe in us, though your voice is just a tear. Time may take your shadow, but it can't steal my dreams of a heart that still believes. Maybe we were meant to break, to learn how much a soul can take. But every crack in me still sings of you and all the love you bring. I still believe in love, though this silence softly grieves. I still believe in us, in the story no one sees. Even if forever was never ours to keep, I am still the heart that believes. And I believe, the heart that still believes. I still sleep on my side of the bed. Though you're gone, your voice stays in my head. You said forever with a quiet tone, then vanished like a ghost I'd never known. Every mirror shows your smile, though it's been a painful while. I reach for you in midnight's glow, but you're just someone I used to know. You left with your echo, still ringing soft and low. A whisper in the wind I chase, a touch I'll never face. I gave you all I could show. Now I'm left with your echo. I wear your sweater in the rain, pretending warmth can mask the pain. You promised skies, you gave me night. You were my wrong that once felt right. Now the clock ticks loud and slow, in the silence we used to go. I walk the rooms like they still speak, but your goodbye was far too bleak. You left with your echo, still ringing soft and low. A whisper in the wind I chase, a touch I'll never face. I gave you all I could show. Now I'm left with your echo. I wear your sweater in the rain, pretending warmth can mask the pain. You were the song I couldn't write, the fire that burned without the light. You left, but parts of you remain in every soft September rain. You left with your echo, still ringing soft and low. A whisper in the wind I chase, a touch I'll never face. I gave you all I could show. Now I'm left with your echo. Maybe I'll forget your name, but the echo, it still sounds the same. Maybe I'll forget your name, but the echo, it still sounds the same. You used to call me every night, told me I made the darkness light. But lately silence takes your place, and I no longer see your face. I tried to hold on, I tried to stay, but your heart had slowly slipped away. You looked at me, but saw right through, like I was just someone you once knew. When I was enough, you held me tight, said I was your only, your fire, your light. Now I'm a shadow of your love, fading fast, not strong enough. Tell me, was I ever truly loved, or only when I was enough? We built a world with whispered dreams. Now I wake up to empty scenes. You said we write 1,000 songs, but now I hum them all alone. I waited long for your return, but love can't grow where it won't burn. You kissed me like a distant friend, a chapter closed before the end. When I was enough, you held me tight, said I was your only, your fire, your light. Now I'm a shadow of your love, fading fast, not strong enough. Tell me, was I ever truly loved, or only when I was enough? I gave you the best of me, but love was never guaranteed. You changed your mind, but not your name, left me drowning in the blame. When I was enough, I felt so real. You made me believe I could heal. Now I just float where we once stood, torn between the if and should. Was I just a moment you touched, only when I was enough? I'll learn to be enough for me, and leave behind what couldn't be. You said love fades, you said it's gone, but mine stayed long after you moved on. I kept your sweater, I wore your name, even when the silence grew like shame. You let go so easily, like we were just a memory. But every night I held on tight to pieces of you, a ghost in the light. I loved you longer than I ever said, held on in silence alone in my bed. You walked away while I stayed behind, still chasing dreams we left undefined. I loved you longer, longer than you'll ever know. I still recall your coffee smile, your voice like rain that stayed a while, but now it echoes soft and far, a wish on a faded shooting star. You made it look so effortless, while I'm still drowning in the mess of every song and every street that still remembers where we used to meet. I loved you longer than I ever said, held on in silence alone in my bed. You walked away while I stayed behind, still chasing dreams we left undefined. I loved you longer, longer than you'll ever know. And maybe someday you'll look back and see the one who loved you endlessly. But by then, I'll be long gone, a name in a song, a whisper at dawn. I loved you deeper than you ever longer. You said forever like a lullaby, then faded out without goodbye. I traced your voice in midnight rain, but found only shadows calling my name. I kept your words inside my chest, a melody that never rests. You left too soon, too fast, too cold, and now I'm dancing with the echo you sold. You left with your echo and I stayed with the sound of promises whispered, now buried underground. I held on to silence like it could bring you back, but every heartbeat just fades to black. You left with your echo, and all I have is that. You moved on like morning light, while I'm still lost in endless night. The songs we played still haunt my room, each note a wound I can't undo. I sing your name but it won't reply, just fades beneath the starless sky. You wrote the end and turned the page, while I'm still trapped inside this cage. You left with your echo and I stayed with the sound of promises whispered, now buried underground. I held on to silence like it could bring you back, but every heartbeat just fades to black. You left with your echo, and all I have is that. If love was a ghost, then you were mine, flickering like fire, then gone with time. But I still whisper to the air, pretending for a moment you're there. You left with your echo, I'm still chasing the tone of dreams that crumbled when you left me alone. I scream into silence but it won't scream back, just echoes of you in shades of black. You left with your echo, and I can't get back. You're gone, but your echo stays. But your echo stays. You said I'll call when I know what to say, but the phone stayed quiet every day. I waited with the hope too loud, in a world where you don't come around. I read our texts like holy lines, trying to find a reason why. But silence screamed but you couldn't speak, and it tore the ground beneath my feet. When the silence answered you, I knew it answered me too. No more lies, no soft pretend, just the quiet truth in the end. You didn't say goodbye aloud, but your silence was too proud. So now I know it's true, you were gone when the silence answered you. I replayed your voice till the tape wore thin, hoping to feel you breathe again. But echoes don't replace the real, and ghosts don't care how I feel. The stars don't blink when hearts break slow, and time won't ask which way you'll go. But I still beg the midnight blue to give me one last piece of you. When the silence answered you, I knew it answered me too. No more lies, no soft pretend, just the quiet truth in the end. You didn't say goodbye aloud, but your silence was too proud. So now I know it's true. You were gone when the silence answered you. Maybe I deserve the final word, or maybe pain is what I earned. But it's the quiet that cuts deep, the things you never said to me. When the silence answered you, I finally heard the truth. It wasn't love, it wasn't fate, it was just too late. And I stood in that goodbye, now with tears but with dry eyes. You didn't have to choose, silence already spoke for you. So I whisper to the waves tonight, let them carry what we couldn't write. You disappeared without a clue, and I stayed when the silence answered you. You never heard the way I prayed when you were just a breath away. I traced your name on frosted glass, pretending time would never pass. You said love was something loud, but mine was whispered in the crowd. I held you close without a sound, while you kept chasing something proud. I loved you in the quiet, when no one ever knew, where silence said forever, and I gave it all to you. You looked for fire and thunder, but missed the gentle truth. I loved you in the quiet, and lost myself in you. You needed noise to feel alive, while I was drowning deep inside. You kissed like storms, then disappeared, and left your echo in my tears. I was the calm, the steady light. You were the star that burned too bright. You couldn't hear the way I stayed, when every word you spoke betrayed. I loved you in the quiet, when no one ever knew, where silence said forever, and I gave it all to you. You looked for fire and thunder, but missed the gentle truth. I loved you in the quiet, and lost myself in you. You never saw the way I broke behind the smiles I never spoke, and now the silence holds your name, but I don't cry the same. I loved you in the quiet, with everything I had. You never heard it breaking when it hurt too much to ask. Now you're chasing voices, but they don't sound like me. I loved you in the quiet, and that's where I set you free. In the hush of morning light, I let go without a fight. You never know what I went through, but I loved you in the quiet, and I'll never love like that again. You are where is loved with careful hands, afraid to feel, afraid to stand. I gave you truth, you gave me doubt, and every whisper turned to shouts. I stayed through storms you wouldn't name, hoping love would light the flame. Why do you love me when I leave? When the silence is all I receive, you let me go to feel the pain, then beg for me in falling rain. Why do your tears fall when I'm gone? When I was breaking all along, you only see me when I grieve. Why do you love me when I leave? You spoke in promises too thin, each one a place I'd never been. I begged for something more than maybe, but maybe's where you always stayed. I built a home you wouldn't keep, you shut the doors and watched me sleep. Why do you love me when I leave? When silence is all I receive, you let me go to feel the pain, then beg for me in falling rain. Why do your tears fall when I'm gone? When I was breaking all along, you only see me when I grieve. Why do you love me when I leave? Ooh, when I leave. Ooh, I needed someone who would fight, not one who runs and hides from light. But now I see the love I gave was more than you could ever brave. Now you love me as I fade, as shadows steal the past we made. I walked away to find my voice, and in that silence made my choice. So keep your sorry in the breeze. I'm done with loving on my knees. You only miss me when I bleed. Why did you love me when I leave? I'm not your echo anymore. This time I'm closing all my doors. I walk through halls we used to know. The light still flickers soft and low. Your laughter lingers in the walls, but now there's silence when night falls. I touch the door you never closed, still waiting where the shadows froze. But I won't cry for echoes of before. No more reaching out to broken doors. You held my heart but not my hand, and I forgot where I could stand. Now I'm finding something more beyond the echoes of before. I wore the dress you said you loved, now it just hangs a ghost above. The mirror shows a gentler face who's done with chasing what won't stay. You were the storm I tried to calm, but some goodbyes are quiet songs. But I won't cry for echoes of before. No more reaching out to broken doors. You held my heart but not my hand, and I forgot where I could stand. Now I'm finding something more beyond the echoes of before. I built a life outside your name, where pain no longer feels like blame. closed the windows, locked the floor. You held my dreams in silent glass, but now I'm done reliving past. I've opened up a brighter door, no more echoes of before. I walk alone, but not afraid. Love lost, but peace has stayed. You held me close, but never tight. Your arms were warm, your heart was ice. I traced the words you didn't say. You loved me wrong and walked away. I gave you all my honest light, but you just faded out of sight. You forgot to love me somewhere between the lies and truth. You forgot to need me like I was never a part of you. Now I'm standing in the silence of what we used to be. You remembered everything except to love me. I watched you drift like autumn leaves. Your promises fell piece by piece. You used to look at me and smile. Now all you do is pass me by. I beg the sky to make you stay, but even stars just fade away. You forgot to love me somewhere between the lies and truth. You forgot to need me like I was never a part of you. Now I'm standing in the silence of what we used to be. You remember everything except to love me. Was I too much or not enough? You said forever was that bluff. I wrote your name in every prayer, but you forgot I was ever there. To love me while I was learning how to breathe. You forgot to see me while I was breaking underneath. Now I'm stronger in the silence than I ever thought I'd be. And I'll never let someone forget to love me. So goodbye to who you used to be, and the girl who begged you to love me. You never heard the way I prayed for one more word for you to stay. I whispered hope in empty rooms, still held on tight along with truth. You smiled like nothing broke inside while I was drowning in goodbyes. I loved you in the silence when no one saw the tears I cried. I loved you in the quiet where all the pain was hard to hide. While you were busy letting go, I stayed behind with all I know, that I loved you in the silence. Your laughter echoed down the hall, hearts were almost babies and not quite. I loved you in the silence, when no one saw the tears I cried. I loved you in the quiet, where all the pain was hard to hide. While you were busy letting go, I stayed behind with all I know, that I loved you in the silence. One day you'll turn and search for me, in songs I wrote you silently, but I'll be gone with all the rain, learning how to feel again. I loved you in the silence, but silence never set me free. I loved you in defiance of all the ways you let me bleed. Now I am done with waiting slow for someone who won't ever know that I loved you in the silence. Now I'm learning how to speak without you next to me. We painted stars on broken skies, told ourselves love never dies. The dreams we swore would never fade now echo in the lightless shade. I still remember how you said forever lives inside our bed. Now I'm dancing through the silence, wearing all your old regrets. Your voice still plays like vinyl in a room I can't forget. The truth is just a whisper that the wind won't ever cure. I'm haunted by the shadows of what we were. Held the pieces in our hands, too sharp to grip, too small to stand. I called your name into the dark, but got no answer from your heart. Your promises were lullabies, now all they do is paralyze. Now I'm dancing through the silence, wearing all your old regrets. Your voice still plays like vinyl in a room I can't forget. The truth is just a whisper that the wind won't ever cure. I'm haunted by the shadows of what we were. We were fire in a world of rain. Now I trace you on a window pane. You left your love like lipstick stains that time can't ever wash away. Still dancing through the silence, where your ghost and I converse. Each step a quiet question in a never-ending verse. I breathe in every sorrow like perfume that still lingers. I'm holding all the shadows of what we were. And if I ever feel the sun, it won't erase what we've become, just shadows of what we were. coffee's cold, the sky is gray. Another word you didn't say. I replay our final scene like a movie stuck between. I reach for you in empty air, still hoping you might care. If you still remember me in the quiet of your dreams, do my tears still stain your mind like your name burns into mine? I'm still here where we began, holding on with trembling hands. If you still remember me, then maybe I'm not lost completely. Your old sweater, folded neat, still lives where we used to meet. The radio hums our song like it's been missing you all along. I whisper love into the night as if your soul could hear me right. If you still remember me in the quiet of your dreams, do my tears still stain your mind like your name burns into mine? I'm still here where we began, holding on with trembling hands. If you still remember me, then maybe I'm not lost completely. Your old sweater folded neat still lives where we used to meet. The radio hums our song like it's been missing you all along. I whisper love into the night as if your soul could hear me right. If you still remember me in the quiet of your dreams, do my tears still stain your mind like your name burns into mine? I'm still here where we began, holding on with trembling hands. If you still remember me, then maybe I'm not lost completely. I don't need a grand return, just to know you sometimes yearn for the girl who gave you all and still waits after the fall. If you still remember me when the stars refuse to gleam, when your heart feels unexplained, could it be my voice remains? I'm the echo in the rain, the goodbye that feels like pain. If you still remember me, maybe love is never empty, so I'll wait silently in case you still remember me. You used to speak in quiet storms. Now silence is your only form. I trace the shape of what we were, but time has blurred each whispered word. I called your name into the night, but it got lost without a fight. Now I'm fading in your silence, like echoes in a room too wide. You built a wall of quiet violence and left no space for me to hide. I reached for you with trembling light, but I'm fading, fading out of sight. You look right through like I'm not there, a ghost inside your vacant stare. I begged with tears you didn't see, still hoping you'd remember me. I stood so loud in all my pain, but you just watched it fall like rain. Now I'm fading in your silence, like echoes in a room too wide. You built a wall of quiet violence and left no space for me to hide. I reached for you with it would be your quiet now. No slamming doors, no final word, just nothing where we used to burn. Still fading in your silence, like pages turning in the dark. You left me in this quiet islands, where love forgets how it should spark. And though I scream with all my might, I'm fading, fading out of sight. Faded in your silence. She loved like a passing song, beautiful but never long. I held her heart with both my hands, but love slips like ocean sand. She said she'd never walk away, but some promises decay. She forgot to stay, left in the middle of a Monday rain. All the words we said now washed away, like footprints no one saved. I begged her eyes to turn around, but silence was the only sound. She forgot to stay, and I forgot how not to break. She smiled like she meant forever, but forever turned into never. I still wear her on my skin, like a scar carved deep within. I whisper please in every breath, but love can vanish like a death. She forgot to stay, left in the middle of a Monday rain. All the words we said now washed away, like footprints no one said. I begged her eyes to turn around, but silence was the only sound. She forgot to stay, and I forgot how not to break. Maybe she had reasons I can't know. Maybe love just learned to let me go. I search for her in dreams that fade, but every dawn rewrites her name. She forgot to stay, took all the light and none of the blame. Now I hold a house of empty space, where her voice once filled the frame. And though I cried for her to stay, she disappeared yesterday. She forgot to stay, and I forgot how not to ache. Some hearts are made to run away, and some are left to learn that pain is love that couldn't stay. The coffee's cold, the sky is gray. Another word you didn't say. I replay our final scene, like a movie stuck between. I reach for you in empty air, still hoping you might care. If you still remember me in the quiet of your dreams, do my tears still stain your mind, like your name burns into mine? I'm still here where we began, holding on with trembling hands. If you still remember me, then maybe I'm not lost completely. Your old sweater folded neat still lives where we used to meet. The radio hums our song like it's been hear me right. If you still remember me in the quiet of your dreams, do my tears still stain your mind like your name burns into mine? I'm still here where we began, holding on with trembling hands. If you still remember me, then maybe I'm not lost completely. I don't need a grand return, just to know you sometimes yearn for the girl who gave you all and still waits after the fall. If you still remember me when the stars refuse to gleam, when your heart feels unexplained, could it be my voice remains? I'm the echo in the rain, the goodbye that feels like pain. If you still remember me, then your love is never empty. So always silently, in case you still remember me. If you still remember me when the stars refuse to gleam, when your heart feels unexplained, could it be my voice remains? I'm the echo in the rain, the goodbye that feels like pain. If you still remember me, maybe love is never empty. So always silently, in case you still remember me. I watched you walk into the night, with no goodbye, no final fight. Your silence cut just like a blade and left me in the mess we made. You said love's a flame that never dies, but you blew it out without a sign. Now I'm standing in the rain, calling out your name. You're the ghost that I can't touch, but feeling everything too much. And though I try to move ahead, you still linger in my mind, like the light you left behind. I found your shirt behind the door, still smells like you and nothing more. I pressed it close against my skin, pretending you were here again. They say time can heal the pain, but I relive it every day. Now I'm standing in the rain, calling out your name. You're the ghost that I can't touch, but feeling everything too much. And though I try to move ahead, you still linger in my mind, like the light you left behind. I never got the reasons why, faded like the morning sky. Now I'm chasing all the sparks in a world that's lost its heart. Still I'm standing in the rain, broken but I can't complain, 'cause loving you was all I knew, even though you never knew. And I still love